Well, good afternoon, everybody. It is Monday. Spring break is over. It is back to reality. It is back to work. And it is back to pickup lines. And this is another edition presented by Gamez Law Firm and Integrity Roofing and Siding. We're inside the all-electric Lexus RZ 450e, courtesy of North Park Lexus of San Antonio and North Park Lexus at Dominion. And the sun is not out, as you probably know. So I have the frost off the window here. And Sonia Cisneros with Tru Branding is here. And I just told her that you might be the first guest, or the one guest I've had. I've done like 65 of these episodes with guests in the passenger 65. Seat. And you probably spent more time getting yourself ready for this show than anybody else I've ever interviewed.
I did.
You look amazing, by the way.
Well, shout out to my girl Priscilla and April at Crown Couture, who's also one of my customers. And like I was telling Ernie, I never wear makeup or do my hair during the week. But being that I was going to go live and with all your thousands of viewers, like, oh my goodness.
I'm feeling pressured. I'm feeling pressured to deliver here and everything.
But she did a good job.
It took me 15 seconds to do my hair this morning.
Thank you, Priscilla. But it was funny because she'll tell you too, like the whole time I'm there, I'm like working. She's like, do you ever move that laptop off your lap? And I'm like, no.
Right. So it's interesting. As we're talking, you might see people moving behind us in the window. And indeed, I think your daughter just went by.
Yes, with the dolly.
And so we're here at your office, which I've just learned is like quite literally like a family. I mean, if this building could talk. Here, so we're at the intersection of what, Poplar and Colorado?
Yes, sir.
If this building could talk, you're in a building that's roughly almost 100 years old. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And Tru Branding is your company, but you run it with your parents are here as well.
Yes, my dad was a general contractor for many years in the city, electrical, and about, I don't even know, it's been 10 or 12 years, he transitioned to Cisneros training group. So now in order to retain your journeyman, your apprentice, your master, you have to take continuing education hours. Right. And he is totally old school. Like, I don't know if you noticed, like, people knock on the door every second of the day. Like, he's like the godfather of electricians. It's like people come. So he does consulting. Right. And he's a walking code book.
Seriously, I bet. So it's Cisneros Training Group is obviously the family. That's your Cisneros and everything. But did you ever think about going into electricity and becoming an electrician yourself?
No, I didn't.
Can you rewire a house right now on your own?
No. When I was little, I would go to the job sites with my dad, and the color wires, I would make bracelets or jewelry. Oh, back in the day, that was like really popular. So my dad would bring home a lot of colored wire. We would make jewelry, and that's the only thing I think I've done with wires.
But that didn't take off.
Yeah. No. And like some of the equipment that we have in there for Tru Branding's part, because I'm very blessed. My dad lets us office hours, which we are obviously outgrowing. But like some of the equipment I'm buying, he's like, that's a 220. Did you check? And I'm like, huh? Just plug it in. He's like, no, we don't just.
That's something I would say. Just plug it in. Just we start smoking, then we unplug it.
Yes. So definitely, you know. And I think a lot from my dad is what I get my business. He's hardworking. This man will work till his forever life. He is a workaholic. His aspiration to just be successful and be a businessman and provide, I think, is where I get a lot of my my inspiration from. And my mom, she works for my father, but she also maintained, me, my brothers, the household, like all that kind of good stuff.
Keeping the glue that keeps it all together.
The balance.
The rock and the glue that keeps.
Yeah.
So I mean, we literally interrupted your dad working a little while ago, and
well, we had a celebrity at the office.
Get out of here! No, you.
We're like,
who was here before I came?
My mom was like, when the doorbell rings, I'm gonna answer it. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh, you guys are great for my ego. I'm telling you, you guys are fantastic. All right, but so you didn't decide, or you decided not to get into the electrical field. But you're quite literally like a walking billboard for you. So it's Tru Branding. You got your shirt, obviously.
Tru Branding.
You've got your name tag or your nameplate on there.
Tru Branding. You like my logo?
I love the logo.
I got to give a shout out to Mishka, who actually created my logo. She's from Lubbock. But when, I met her through life experiences, and she created my logo. So, Mishka.
Very good. So people will see that, and they might immediately say, oh, now, wait a minute. Tru. T-R-U. Where's the E?
It's gone.
Where's the E in Tru?
So, you want to know how it happened?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So, Mishka and I used to work together in another past part of our lives. This was before Tru Branding.
Okay.
I had got into a partnership with somebody
Right.
that just went. But anywho, she was the main graphic artist on site, and so every day her and I would talk because it was a toxic environment. So I would cry, she would cry, and like we would be on the phone. I'm like, why can't he just stay true to his words? Why can't he just stay true? Mishka, stay true. Tru Branding. And she was like, Tru Branding, but without the E. We just like said that.
Really?
Yeah, and then it just happened, like without the E. Like, just stay true.
And you went to register all the names and everything. You
go
realized that was available.
Mm-hmm.
TRU.
Yep.
You remember it? That's for sure.
Yeah.
And we've got the sign here in the back, which is that's you and your daughter back there. Right?
Marisol, yes.
I saw her back there hustling and doing her
Bringing
thing
out
and
boxes.
everything. So yeah, that's right. She was right behind us here a little while ago. So that's kind of cool, I would think. I mean, you've got your mother and father here. Or is it always cool? Or sometimes are you guys kind of like...
No, because a lot of times she is the backbone. Mari is here Monday through Friday, all day. I'm the one who's leaving to go see clients. I'm the one going to production. I'm the one going to pick up I'm running around like crazy. Thankfully through some people that I've known through my journey, I'm like, Sonia, you need to stop running around. You need to use CFI, who's like a deliverer. I'm like, oh, what's that? So now I don't run around as much, and I'm present more at the office and learning to be more valuable with my time because I'm more productive behind a computer than obviously on the streets.
Running stuff around and making deliveries.
Yes, because it's been a journey. It's been an amazing journey. But backtrack. Born and raised San Antonio.
Yes.
Graduated from Providence High School in 97.
Well, now I know why your parents worked so much, because they had to pay for that private school. I went to private school. And now as an adult, I have a much greater appreciation for what my parents did, 35 years ago, putting 3 kids through private school.
Crazy, right?
No, seriously. And I had no way of knowing at the time, but now you look back on it. And what are your memories, like thinking back to Providence, like your teenage years and stuff? What was that like? What do you remember most?
I don't think we could say that on there. No, I'm just kidding.
Your mom might be watching, or she's actually here.
No, you know what I mean? Back then, I don't think I looked. Crime has always been there, but I had so much good times driving down Brack, driving down Military, driving down Commerce, just with your friends.
Before the internet. Before social media. We did the same thing. We cruised to in Victoria. We go to Sonic.
We would hang out at Brack, like in the park. And
Hilo Water Parts, whatever. We
would get Sonic, and we could afford just the tots and the slush. And,
a coney. We would get a coney and share the coney, put long chili dog.
And like I had a lot of great memories. Providence changed my life. Before that, I went to public school my whole life.
Yes.
And went to Providence, and it just changed my life. I met a lot of beautiful young women, many of who I am still friends with. My friend Michelle and Mona and Moni, like we're still like super close. And then after graduating Providence, I went to St. Mary's University.
Right.
And that completely, like I knew God's plan was to have me at St. Mary's. I went in to be a criminal justice. I used to want to work be a juvenile state probation officer. That was like my dream.
Okay, so you were going, that was the pathway. St. Mary's a great school to do that, obviously, but then something obviously changed.
Yes, I worked in the bookstore as a work study, and my bookstore family from Gary, may he rest in peace, Arnold, who I love to death and I still talk to, Joyce, Diana, Liz, Cheryl, Kim, Alice, my bookstore family. I was the baby, and I was the merchandise buyer. I provided all the merchandise for St. Mary's within the university, and also internal departments would come in and order from...
All the Rattler gear and everything.
All the Rattler gear. Like, I created the first St. Mary's girl shirt. I was like, what do you mean we don't have no girl clothes? What do you mean we don't have no Greek stuff here? And so I became the merchandise buyer in 2002.
But that was by accident, or you realized you had like you really enjoyed that kind of work?
My boss, who was kind of like my second father, Gary, his dream was for me to become the merchandise buyer. Okay. And if you worked at St. Mary's, then you could obtain your master's.
Oh.
For like zero money.
You're right.
And that was the goal, was for me to get my master's, because he was like, you have to go to school.
Right.
You need to, And I just kept having babies.
She said she kept having babies. That's what it was. You weren't kind of quite... No, okay, well, life happens.
But yeah, life happens. I
happens.
had two beautiful daughters, Catalina and Gabriela. And I didn't get to finish my master's. And then Gary passed away. And Arnold then took over the store. Greatest people. Like, I think I am truly an amazing sales customer service person because of Arnold and Gary. And they have taught me. Like, I was a baby in the bookstore. I started when I was 17 years old. And I worked until 2015. So it was 8 years ago. 44 minus 8.
Knowing the math. Yes, Sonia, no,
36?
Okay, yeah, we'll go with that. Right. So you had your oldest child when you were very young.
Yes.
How did that change your life and becoming a mother and all of that?
Well, my Marisol's upbringing, her nana, which is my mom, basically did a lot of raising for her, which was hard. But we're super close now. I'm glad that she works with me now. I believe God has given us the chance to be close to we are, because I wouldn't be where I am today without her. She is my backbone to Tru Branding. But it was, I mean, she would come to the bookstore with me. She used to sit on Gary's lap. She would run around. She worked days with me as she grew older. When I worked as a merchandise buyer, she thought she was the boss. She would price all the candy. So she grew up in the retail world. Okay. And then also being part of a sorority at St. Mary's while I went there, we would go to chapter meetings and girls would fall in love with her, bring her kid meals. And so St. Mary's has a big place of my heart. You cut me, I bleed gold and blue.
No, I get that. No, so... Well, and this is Sonia Cisneros, by the way, with Tru Branding. If you're just joining us,
Can you see my name tag?
I see it right there. Yeah, and that's pretty sharp. I like that.
It's all about the branding.
No, well, quite literally it is. And you brought some stuff to show off here in just a minute, but we'll get to that here, because you had a lot of cool swag. And if you really stop and think about it, because like I was telling you about Fiesta, and working at the TV station, and everybody wants swag, right? Everybody needs swag. Why it costs money, obviously, but why do you think it's a wise investment and that it's a good idea for businesses, small and large, to invest and have the little name tags or the polos or whatever, stuff like that?
Advertising and marketing is huge. It's been around for even before the 1900s. Like, if you think of, like, back in the day when kings used to, like... their stamp, like it was their stamp.
Like in wax or whatever, they would they would have.
They would wax, and
their
that
seal
was their
or whatever.
logo, their
royal,
seal, and logos and all that kind of stuff has been around for years. And this industry is huge. Like, and when I changed from college industry to promotional industry, I realized there's so many similarities, but yet so different. So you have retail industry, promotional industry, and college industry. But it's like some of the stuff all comes from the same place.
Right.
Like, I learned that as I changed, like, from industry. So I'm like, hey. Yeah. So one of my vendors that I get, like, logoed umbrellas, like Gary from Storm does. I used to buy St. Mary's umbrellas from Gary, and then when I switched to this one, I'm looking at the vendor list, like, somebody wanted umbrellas. I forgot who it was. Yeah. I think it was Richard Delgado from Texas A&M, and I was like, I found Storm Duds. And I called Gary. I was like, Gary, are you part of ASI? And it's just like, he's like, what? Like, so it's funny the way the world works. And this industry is so huge. It's a huge industry. Everywhere you go, from like NFL to games to like everywhere, you're getting something that's logoed. Like, yes. And I think it's so important, because when people think of that, they remember you. They, like the other day I was running in Eisenhower Park, and those trash cans were so purple. They were the Planet Fitness purple. I was like, oh, those look like Planet Fitness. And you think about that. You think about that because, and it's because of the color that they use within their gym. Yes, it had nothing to do with Planet Fitness, but...
No, I've always been a visual person. Like, and even going back to being on the news and everything, I will remember, like you said, the colors, the logos, or listening to a song too, or a jingle or something. I remember those things. I mean, I was a terrible student. Like, I didn't remember like historical facts or math and science. But if you told me to do the Lay's potato chip commercial from the 1980s, I could probably sing the jingle and everything. But that's how it goes to show you, like, the power of branding and marketing and everything.
It's very, very, very important. And I think one of my, I'm very blessed. I work with a lot of schools. I'm licensed with UTSA, St. Mary's University, Texas A&M. I'm an HEB vendor,
Really?
Methodist Hospital. Shout out to my Imelda Guzman. Also, I do stuff for the chamber.
Well, those are some heavy hitters right there.
For LSA, I've
Leadership
done
San
stuff
Antonio.
for Integrity Roofing.
Yeah, I think you have. I think we've got something here, actually.
I love
Ronnie
Stephanie.
Suarez and Stephanie.
Like Stephanie, I've worked before Tru Branding. I worked at 2 previous ad specialty companies, and she is somebody who has followed me, not the company, and that just means a lot to me.
Yeah,
because that means they trust me. Like they jumped from here and then they went over here and then they're like
loyalty.
They followed me, and I totally love that.
I got to show off. This is your personal Stanley, right? Because this is the, like, everybody seems to have a Stanley right now, right?
And I don't even yes.
But look at this thing. Look.
Isn't it amazing?
That's
laser engraved, baby.
I want one of those. Can you put pickup lines on my
we
Stanley?
We could personalize it.
I need to do that. Look at that, how sharp that is.
We'll get you
And
one.
that's not like a cheap sticker that's going to come off when you get it wet. That's like laser, like legit. But I just wanted to show that off because I was going to ask you, what's the craziest thing you've ever put somebody's logo on?
The craziest thing, I don't think I've had any.
Like super odd requests, or like, hey Sonia, let's give me 1,000 of these or whatever with them.
The craziest.
Or
thing.
what's the most common thing? I guess is it a koozie
Oh
or
my
like
God. The most common thing are T-shirts.
T-shirts.
So T-shirts are like the most common thing that I've done ever. But at the end of the day, like, about branding, like, I love to work with is thinking of something that's not going to go in somebody's top drawer. You know what I mean? Because people spend their money. They're hard. Sometimes they're small businesses who want to promote their thing.
Right.
And they're, like, hardworking money.
Right.
And, like, everybody can do pins, but it needs to be that pin that everybody keeps, you know, during COVID. Like, mask. We pivoted to Max like crazy. And
logos everywhere on
oh
the
my God,
masks
yes.
everything.
And then I was very blessed. Janae Margot, and I believe you know Janae. She got me involved with the chamber, and actually I am a graduate of the Alex Bersenio Leadership Development class.
Yes, very good.
And Janae has also, she actually helped push me. She was my mentor who I would cry a lot with, and she pushed me to start my own business. She's like, you figure out what you need to do.
Well, let's get to that then, because you're back at St. Mary's in the bookstore doing your thing, and maybe thinking you could spend a lot of your time there and you were going to be there for many, many more years.
Yes.
But ultimately that was not the case. So what happened?
So they sold the bookstore to Barnes & Noble in 2015.
Okay.
And I thought my life was over. I literally thought, like, what am I going to do? I had, 2016. I had Gabriela. Gabriela was not even a year old yet. And I was just like, as a sole provider mom, and I had Catalina, and then of course Mari, and then having this newborn, I was devastated. But I was very, very blessed. And it's like, I think when that happens in the transition, emails go out to all the vendors who have provided stuff for St. Mary's. So I started receiving phone calls. They're like, hey, I think you're going to be out of a job soon. You're going to be looking for, like, within days.
Oh, no.
And I was like, everybody else in the bookstore were like, you know, because we could have stayed and applied for Barnes & Noble, but being in the industry, like, I don't knock it or anything, much blessings, but I kind of already knew, being in the industry, being from a private bookstore to now either a B&M or a Follett, what was going to happen.
Okay.
And I didn't want to be in that boat.
All right.
So I took my plunge and I started working for an ad specialty company. Did it for about a year. Went into a partnership with another ad specialty company. Did that for a year. And then figured out that was not healthy for me, and I started Tru Branding.
And the rest is history. All right,
the rest is history.
let me take a weather timeout real quick.
I know the
you
sun
started
is
talking.
coming.
Wait, hold on. Let's see.
We can use my
There you
stickers
go.
as a shade.
No. Look at it. I just hit the dynamic sky.
Aren't these cool?
Let's show off the stickers here. Let me put them close up because this is another thing you do.
So those are sticker sheets. My inspiration came from one of my customers, Natalie. I'm an Alamo College vendor, and we did sticker sheets for her. She is Alamo Path, and I was like, Marty, we need our own sticker sheets. I have another cup, and you put them on your Yeti.
I like the llama. I was going to say the Tru Branding.
That was my first Fiesta medal. Yes.
Well, then that's a great transition to what you have here.
Oh.
I have just seen here. You show it off here. This is the Tru Branding.
But you have to do your whole.
Okay.
Ernie Zuniga.
Oh, this is the metal reveal here. From Tru Branding. I remember. Was it last year you did this unbelievable wine stopper, massive?
It was big.
I should have brought it with me, but it was really big metal. So this year, this is the 2024 model. Ta-da!
Wait, make it blink.
No, I am. I'm just gonna. But wait, there's more. There it is. Bling. Now it's blinking. I love that.
Look, it looks all like the... So I'm also a vendor for the city. I just completed a huge order with SAFD. They celebrated their 50th EMS anniversary, so congratulations.
Fire
and
department.
we actually even created car wrap decals that will be placed on every EMS that is going through the city. We did the car wrap decals for them. We created their challenge coins. We created their Fiesta medals, T-shirts, tumblers, caps, Coroplast signs, stickers, decals, blah, 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 blah.
All what she said, exactly. But that's a nice client to have.
It is.
I'm a lot of firefighters.
Very, very blessed. Captain Jesse, he just retired. I think he did 37 years on, or maybe 47, something like that. I don't remember. But
well, I know you're very supportive of first responders and law enforcement and stuff here locally and everything.
Yes,
so that's
especially SAPD.
Wink, wink. Yeah. Wink, wink. All right. I think I speak Sonia a little bit. All right, so you got a bag here of some stuff.
I do.
So these are examples of things that you. Is this all like swag?
So
or things
like of course you have customers, and at the end of the day you have to give the customer what they want, right? So like koozies, right? Koozies are so fun. Sometimes customers want koozies, like they just want koozies, but there's so many different ways to do koozies now. Like this is a little lanyard, so like you wear it on, so you can put your water bottle in here, so you can carry your other beverage. Because you got to.
Okay, I was thinking. Okay, make sure you stay hydrated, so you can drink responsibly.
Or you can take a tubing, and then it's just.
It doesn't.
Here's your water bottle. Yeah, here you go. It's just another great way to, like you're gonna go to the river. They're gonna grab the cool koozie.
I hadn't seen one with the
lanyard.
The lanyard.
You can have this in case you go tubing with Tammy.
So I can put my water in it. Yeah, exactly. I'll put my water in it.
And then they're also, and I know, look at.
There it is. Integrity Roofing and Siding, great sponsor of this program. But this is the Ray Feo 75 John McFadden. Look at that. This is the crest, which I'm a huge fan of, being on the court.
I love this crest.
It's a beautiful crest, and a shout out to the Air Force, where John McFadden was a retired.
But these are sublimated, so
meaning
it's a different type of decoration process that's gone through. So these are silk screened.
Okay.
And then this is like a sublimation. Now in the industry, a lot of suppliers have switched to sublimation because some logos have so much detail.
Yeah, I love it.
You have to find a way to get it in there. And so I love this vendor that we I'm a supplier and they're a distributor. This distributor for me do hands down one of the best sublimation processes in the world.
Okay. No, because John's crest does have a lot of great detail.
He has a lot of detail. I believe I did polos.
Yes.
And like fishing
shirts. I wore mine yesterday, yes.
So like when you do embroidery, the digitation in the logo, it's all about how it's digitized. You can take a logo, digitize it, and just run with it. But no, I think his took like 8 tries.
But that's important because
it's very important.
There are so many, and I know this just from experience in the past, is you might have an amazing logo, but it may not always translate into a physical item. But you said it comes down to the digitizing.
Correct.
And so that's how it works. Okay. So you
Correct.
got all kinds of stuff. What else you got in that bag?
These are so cool. I give these to a lot of my customers.
I like that.
So, I work with a lot of schools, St. Mary's, Texas A&M, UTSA. They're scissors. So
legit scissors.
And they have magnet. So they
Get out of here.
They can go in your file cabinet, and you always know where your scissors are.
I love that. And the little sleeve or the protective cover.
I should have made that into a Fiesta medal, right?
Well, maybe next year. That's pretty cool. Okay, see, this would be something I would consider that's a little different, that, putting your brand on a pair of scissors.
Correct. And if you look at the process as well, so my logo is this. Of course, you can still do it as a one color.
Right.
But this is my full color. As you can see,
it's got different varieties or shades of blue, I guess.
Correct. So this is also a sublimation digiprint that they're able to put on hard materials. So they call it digiprint.
I got it. So you were saying that when St. Mary's shut down the bookstore, they sold to Barnes & Noble. You were pretty devastated.
Oh, my heart was broken.
But what convinced you finally to go on your own as opposed to getting on with somebody else?
I think my experience with working with somebody else as a partnership that was supposed to be, and realizing the way things were going. I'm also very thankful to shout out for Letty Contreras. She's a graduate of St. Mary's. Her and her husband Tom, they own I can't think of the name of her business.
Oh, that's okay.
Letty, I love you. But she basically, I told her everything that was going on, and she told me I needed to put on my big girl panties.
I got it.
Put on my big girl.
You can say that word here.
And yes, I needed to realize that I have potential, and I'm going to tell you, it's not easy. I am still trying to figure out, I have always, Bill Greehey once told me, because he walked into the St. Mary's bookstore, and he told me, this girl can sell ice to Eskimos. He walked in with one thing, and him and they were walking out with, stuff they didn't even need or why they had it in their hand. And that was just me. People would walk in for a highlighter, and I had them walking out. Oh, did you see the new law school t-shirt that came in? All these things that were just, I could sell, but
That's a gift. That is a gift.
The whole business side, it's challenging, you know? And I think through the years, growing up and experiencing Alex Bersenio, my relationship with people, removing toxic people from your life and having people with dreams. And yes, there's mountains to climb, but once I climb that one, I'm going to have another mountain. And I think it's about how hard you work to get there and make
you're going to have relationships that go south or those challenges in your life, but I think it makes you a better business owner and gives you more drive to do it the right way.
I am definitely not the same Sonia I was not even a year ago.
Really?
Yes. Okay. I would definitely say that. I've learned a lot. I feel like many years I'm a people person. I'm a yes person. And I know I've been taken advantage of, and I know in my past business, just wanted me for my networking people,
they wanted you for your contacts.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. And then what about Sonia? Oh, it's okay. We don't have to pay her.
Oh. That's it. That's when the scissors come out.
That's why I got scissors. Or that Fiesta medal.
The silver. Yeah, well, listen, this is a beautiful medal, by the way, so I have to give you one of mine.
Oh, yay!
So this is the new medal that I have that came out. And you might have seen it here with Tammy in the car for pickup lines and everything.
Yes, and your wife is so beautiful.
She's pretty cool. So there you have it.
Hi, Tammy.
Shout out to Tammy watching at home and everything. So I think the good thing about your business is I think the swag's here to stay. It's not going in stickers and Stanley Cups. And koozies are not going anywhere. So
and crock charms? Are people put them on their BOGOs? Yeah. These are crock charms.
Was that say? Oh, no problema.
Yeah.
Oh. No problema.
Need branding? No problema. Problema. Now you got me tongue twisted.
I love that play on words. No problema.
Our community in the schools, Fiesta Medal, Janae, shout out again. Her and Megan, they do fun on words. So,
I love fun on words. I love alliteration.
So last year, their Fiesta Medal we did was an avocado, bravocado. And then this year was a teddy bear. It said, I can barely wait to graduate into spinning bear.
I love
So
puns
cute.
and everything. Do you make Fiesta medals?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Well, I don't make them. China does, but
Well, they make them. They're made in China.
they are all made in China.
Yes.
Look at these cups.
I saw that earlier. What is that, like a little...
It's silicone.
It is silicone, but
Yeah.
like for wine? Or what do
For
you put in
wine,
there?
I've even put my kids' hot chocolate in there with Cool Whip and sprinkles.
Oh, and it
hot and cold, yeah. And it's just...
It's like a stress ball, too.
for those people with ADHD.
That's pretty cool. Okay.
And so, and then also, I did these pins for UTSA.
I love a good pen.
But this one's fun. Oh, hold on.
Oh, there it is.
Technical difficulty. Well, it blings. I don't know if you can see the bling.
Let me show you, because you got...
And it's a stylus.
Oh, for your... Yeah, so you can see it blinks there a little bit when you push the... I love it.
And then this is one of the coolest things. Sometimes we have onesies or twosies that go out, or we also do web stores, pop-up stores. Mm-hmm. And so you know how your kid went to Brandeis, right?
Yes.
And you got a link, here, buy a shirt.
Yeah.
And then the store runs. She got a lot of those links.
Yes.
And then the store runs for 10 days.
Yes.
Well, then it closes.
Right.
So then we get orders, and we like to put orders. We bag them up for the customers. And then they either get shipped out or get sent directly to the school. So sometimes we would have one or two. So I made these little bags. Aren't they cute?
I love it. Well, this is fantastic. We should mention, too, because you have a website, and I have it here. It's Tru Branding, the TRU, truebranding.espwebsite.com. And I'll put this on here on this link so you can see it. And you have a link. And I think somebody put your Facebook page. I know you're active on social media and everything as well. And be careful, because I'm going to steal this pen.
No, you can have all this. You can take all this.
I love good pens, and I love all the swag and everything. So what else would you like to do? I mean, you're still young. You have a long way to go, and you've got help here with your daughter.
I have big dreams for Tru Branding.
Okay.
I envision storefront, production. So, of course, we don't do production in-house here. Production's right down the street, right here. But I want to do my own in-house production. Then I have big dreams for that. Hopefully within, God willing, the next couple of years. I will always be truly blessed for all the years at St. Mary's.
Yes.
When I first transitioned to Tru Branding, I had people who were students who have moved up to positions. I have shout out to my Eric Rodriguez, who got me into Texas A&M, Dr. Carissa Delgado, who was at Texas A&M, Alamo College Foundation, and she's now at Up Partnership. I think you had Up Partnership on your...
I did have Up
yes,
Partnership.
I did. I'm doing the Fiesta Middle.
Nice. Isn't it crazy how that works, where you guys... It's word of mouth. It's kind of like with this show.
Yes.
Somebody comes on, and they tell another nonprofit about the show, and then or you hear
but
about it.
But Carissa has, when she was a student, now she's Dr. Delgado.
Yes.
Dr. Delgado. She has followed me through, and it's customers like that have followed me no matter where I'm at.
That's so great.
It just makes that they are who inspire me to make myself and Tru Branding better.
Well, that is so great, and I think it's kind of cool to have your mom and dad right here as well. And for that occasion, you just need a mom or dad to...
My mom is, I sometimes would say my mom's like my spouse. No, she's like my other half. She helps me with my daughters. Of course, I live in Narnia over there by 1604 in Shanefield. What about you?
Well, Narnia.
We live in Narnia.
What would we do without the grandmas and the grandpas and the abuelitas and the abuelitos, the abuelas out there?
My mom picks up Gabby, and then I have Miss Angela who helps me with Gabby. I'm very blessed. Very, very blessed.
It takes a village to run an empire.
It
does. True empire, if you will.
And then I just hired Christina. She started with us about a month and a half ago. I'm super excited about her because she's going to help with the back end of stuff.
But that's a good sign, because getting back to what you said earlier about your time is valuable. And I know people like you and I are wired in a way where we think we want to do it all ourselves, and no one will do it as good as we will. But you don't get the time back. You don't get the time, that hour that it takes you to make that delivery or whatever. You don't get the time back, and that's where it's valuable.
And it's hard, and it's hard to let go of those stuff. Like some people are like, they ran into me and like, oh, I did a shirt. I'm like, oh, like I did an order. Yeah. And sometimes I had to learn to let Maddie go and just not have to Mama Bear. Of course, I'm her mom, but at work I am the boss
lady,
and I don't have to know every order that goes through. Of course, we do have hiccups. Hiccups do happen. We're only human.
If there's a company that says they don't have hiccups, they're lying.
No.
Right? They're lying.
But the thing is, how do you make it better, after it? You know
right,
what I mean?
and on the rare occasion where something doesn't go right or there's a problem, you go out of your way. No, but what I'm saying is you will listen. Everybody, again, everyone's made mistakes, but you will go out of your way to make it right, and that's
correct. 100%.
It's the right thing to do.
And in my book, even if the customers are not right, they are right. They are right.
Is that still true to this day?
I think true all the way. Like, some people might not agree. I think in every aspect of things, you have to make sure that person is happy. Like, they let them come in if they're upset, hear them out. But I'm going to tell you, one of the good things that I think I do really well on is making people go, like, they're mad and then they walk out laughing.
That's good.
And
that's good.
It's
again another skill you have.
Yes, like my sticker sheet.
Yes.
You have to stay true to yourself and be kind.
Amen to that.
Always.
Amen to that. We need more of that in our lives. Well, this has been amazing. I've wanted to have this conversation for a while, and I bump into you every once in a while at Fiesta events and kind of in passing and everything. And I've been a fan just from a distance, just watching you do your stuff.
No, I remember when you called me the first time. I was like, Apple phones are weird. Like, everything, like, sometimes if you don't have them as a contact, even their phone, like, their face shows up. And I'm like, is this Sonia Cisneros? I took a screenshot of it, and I sent it to my girl group chat. And I was like, oh my God, Ernie Zuniga just called me. And my friend Donna and Kim were like, what, did you call him back?
So people are going to think I paid you to say all this and everything, but it's not true.
No, like,
and
I think everybody has to help each other. You know, like, everybody, you have to help. And I know, like, when you first approached me, I knew I wanted to sit in your car. Maybe I was just waiting for you to get your new ride.
Yeah, right, exactly. Had a bit of an upgrade since
But, we talked, like, back in December. And I wanted to do it right away, but, God knew the timing. And
amen to that.
And I knew I wanted to do it because we got to help each other. I think what you do is phenomenal.
Thank you.
I think I can't even imagine, like, and I get it, being somewhere so long and just giving your heart and your everything,
right,
and then just moving to another adventure. It's like, that adventure is going to be even better.
My St. Mary's Library was the TV station, obviously, and
exactly,
and that was painful to leave, but
you had to do
onwards and upwards,
exactly,
and we'll hopefully leave a nice legacy behind many years from now. But I'm so thrilled for you. The sun, literally, the clouds opened up when Sonia sat in the car, and the sun came out after it's been overcast all day long. Tru Branding, remember, it's TRU, truebranding.espwebsite.com, Facebook. We'll tag everything. Bring her up. Yeah. This is your lovely daughter who's hustling and working while mom's out here doing this silly show with me. So, really happy for you.
Thank you.
Love all the stuff. I'm seriously, I'd never thought about branding scissors, but I do now.
Yes, put them in your fridge.
Sonia Cisneros, please follow her on all the social media, and there will come a time when you need merch in your life.
Silk screening, embroidery, promotional products,
etc.
Contact us. We would love the opportunity to work with you.
Love it. All right, Sonia, so great to see you. Congratulations.
So great.
Keep up the great work. All right, that's another episode of Pickup Lines presented by Gamez Law Firm and Integrity Roofing and Siding. Look at that, right on cue. Right on cue. We'll be back very soon with another episode right here. Have a fantastic day. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Bye for now.